Do you have a Medela pump like the Harmony hand pump or the old school pump and style that has this yellow piece with the white membrane? How you have this placed in your pump flange absolutely makes a difference in your pumping journey. You want to make sure that when you're pumping, that it is actually facing the opposite breast. So when you're pumping on the right, you want it facing to the left. When you're pumping on the left, you want to make sure that it's facing to the right. This will give you the best suction to create negative pressure inside this flange every time that pump pulls to make sure that the valve is correctly closing, creating enough pressure inside this closed space to move your nipple and move milk. If you have the pump membrane facing your body and you're leaning back, gravity may actually pull that white valve down and not get you good suction. So if you have the flange on and are noticing that you're not getting as much milk, or you need to turn it up higher, or you're not seeing your nipple move like normal, it may be because gravity is pulling that down. If you're leaning forward trying to pump milk and the valve is leaning back, you may actually create too much suction inside that membrane, which can then cause the milk to back up through the system and then come out through the flow protector and down your tubing. So if you're noticing that you're starting to back up milk and it's getting into your tubing, it may be because you have this positioned where it's creating too much suction. That also happens if you have it facing backwards. So when you have it facing away from your body, if you're leaning back, it may cause this membrane to create too much suction where that milk can't empty out of this valve. So then it's going to back up into the tunnel and eventually get into your tubing. Or if you're leaning too far forward, gravity may pull that membrane down and not create enough suction in that tunnel to be able to efficiently empty you. So you want to make sure that you have that valve facing in, because then regardless of whichever direction you are, forward or back, you're still going to generate the appropriate amount of suction to be able to move your milk efficiently with this pump. Now, these are not my favorite. These white pieces should be taken off every single time to clean them. These do wear out with time, so you want to be replacing these routinely. If you bought the pump or it came from your insurance, inside the instruction booklet is a second set of these. So if you need to replace them, Medela has already given you the first set to replace them. They do warp and wear out with time and use, so if you're not getting as much suction as normal, you'll want to make sure that you replace these. So again, if you have the yellow membranes, you may want to actually be switching them out for the white duckbills. The duckbill is going to generate that suction here, and this attaches in the same place. Most of these are universal, so this one fits both the Spectra and the Medela pump, but this is actually going to generate a much better suction. So this is often a better option for when you're pumping to get a stronger suction that's not going to have the mechanical fail rate of the duckbill. Now you know.